All right, man. So yeah, welcome. We're kicking off our trilogy. I guess you would say this is the Splatter trilogy, the Blood Splatter trilogy. What do they call this one?
The Abundance of Ketchup trilogy.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
have no fucking clue.
yeah. And all his movies, man. The blood is bright fucking red, dude. It's like Technicolor, man. Back in the 60s and shit. It's like, here, I'm just gonna fucking bathe you in this bright red fucking blood. But yeah, for our listeners out there, we are we did the Lucio Fulci Gates of Hell trilogy, right? We enjoyed that, talking about City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, and House by the Cemetery. And we were thinking, fuck, man, we had a lot of fun with that. Let's think of another trilogy that we can do. And I
That's
threw out there our friend the Godfather of Gore, as he's known, Herschell Gordon Lewis, and I guess it's the Splatter trilogy, right? I guess I think
yeah,
that's what they call it, the Blood trilogy, or
yeah. I have no clue. We picked three moderately to decently known movies of his that
yeah,
we were kind of itching to rewatch, and yeah, here we are.
yeah,
So we figured we'd start off with this.
yeah. 2000 Maniacs, man. Again, remade in 2005, right? As 2001 Maniacs. I don't know if it was kind of a prequel, like not a prequel, but like a remake sequel type, but
Yeah,
starred Robert Englund, right? So Freddy Krueger, I guess he was like the mayor or the
Pirate Robert England.
yeah, the host of the Shindig. Lin Shaye was in it. So, um, but yeah, this movie, man, I haven't seen this fucking movie in like probably 35 years, dude. It's been a long fucking time.
Hmm.
So revisiting this, and I watched it downstairs, and every once in a while, Barb came into the room. She's like, "The fuck are you watching?" Well, she hears the fucking banjo playing. She's like, "What is that fucking music?"
I'll just say, for anyone who has not seen this movie, especially if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, if you were a fan of horror and the Dukes of Hazzard, this is the movie for you.
Yeah, right. I told her this is like a fucking sequel to Gone with the Wind if it was fucking based in horror.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
and
so
and as always, spoiler warning, we're just gonna run through this fucker. And for those who are sensitive to the Confederacy, yeah.
yeah,
Well, we try not to endorse people skipping our episodes, but if that's the case, yeah, skip this one
yeah, this
because there is no shortage
yeah,
of
it was
Confederate flags.
and it was tough to watch too from that aspect, right? Because these fucking idiots and some of the things that that they do. But
Or did
um,
they?
yeah, or did they like a town of fucking inbreeders?
But I'm
But
I'm surprised with all of that going on. They weren't racist.
there,
They
there, there wasn't, and
they
I'm
they
glad
they,
for that because I don't want to deal with all that shit. I don't want to listen to all that fucking shit. But
they weren't even black Yankees that they were allegedly doing bad things to. So
but what we're gonna do is we're gonna strip all that away. We're gonna
yeah,
look at this from just the horror movie and just watching it as a the premise of this movie, right, is after the Civil War, right, 1865, right, every 100 years, this spectral fucking town of Pleasant Valley Way, I think it's called.
Pleasant Valley, yeah.
Pleasant Valley, and it just fucking manifests, right? It's they came through, they killed all the fucking people that lived in this town, right? And now this town, it's a movie about vengeance, revenge, right? So this
Yeah.
town, every 100 years, this spectral town just fucking appears out of nowhere. These people come out, they're all fucking. I mean, we're spoiling the shit out of this, but
This
they're all
this is I
fucking.
spit on your grave, but the Civil War.
Yeah, exactly. They're all ghosts, and they lure people in, to
Yankees.
Yankees into, to for their centennial to have their little fucking and that's the
Oh,
cool
wait.
aspect of
Oh, so this is about the centennial. I missed if they mentioned a timeline, but they said
yeah,
they said something about the centennial
yeah, they did.
like 40 or 50,000 times.
Yeah, and supposedly every 100 years, this they come up and they rise and they take revenge, and the way they take revenge is, the cool part of the movie, because some of the kills are inventive. They're pretty cool,
Hmm.
right? And how they do it. So, we start up with that fucking yeehaw fucking song. It's like, oh my God, my fucking ears are bleeding. Like, drop a
Which
fucking rock on my head.
two things that I noticed this time around. So apparently Lewis wrote the music for the
Oh, we
movie,
did?
or he was credited as writing the theme song.
Oh, jeez.
And a part that bothered me was you had the what the Pleasant Valley band there playing their thing with the
Yeah.
worst. There's singing going on in the song, but they're just standing there playing their instruments, no mouth movement or anything. But the part that got me the most was the banjo player. For a song that upbeat, he had no passion. Like he's just da, 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 da.
So what they do, the movie starts, you got these two guys. I think their names were Rufus and Lester. They're like
Yeah,
the chair,
yeah.
the chair people of this, celebration, right? So their job is
They're,
to set
they're,
detours up on the roads and lure tourists into their fucking town, right?
yeah.
Then they become guests of honor, and guests of honor means you're about to get fucking squashed.
Yeah, you make it sound like malicious. No, they were the event coordinators.
Okay. I'm sorry. We'll give them the title of event coordinators. Yeah, that's what they were doing, right? And you had that fucking mayor who looked like fucking Porky's. I swear to God, that dude is like, holy shit. He's fucking
Myers,
Myers. He's Porky's, and he's the fucking, what was the name of that burger joint in Better Off Dead?
pig burgers, or
Pig. Oh, what the Pig Burgers. Yeah, the Pig Burgers, where Lane Meyer works. Myers. So anyway, the
and
mayor looks like fucking
everybody wants
Porky's.
some.
Everybody wants some. I want some too.
Wow.
See that? Saturday morning, you got your coffee. We're karaokeing already, right?
Oh, I'm pushing through this.
Yeah.
Act as if.
Yeah. So the movie starts out that way, right? And Pleasant Valley population 2,000, right? 2,000 maniacs, right? They're all fucking crazy. Well, a bunch of fucking inbreeders. And every 100 years, right? Your town manifests, and the mayor is kind of friendly at first. You think like, oh, hey, we're gonna put you up free of charge. We're gonna take care of you, food, hotel, everything is fucking free. Everybody's falling for it. They're all like, oh, except
Uh,
the school teacher,
yep.
the school teacher Tom, and that girl, what's her name, Terry. They're
Yeah,
the only
Terry.
ones that like, yeah, yeah, something fucking wrong here.
Well, Tom definitely. Terry was, ki- she was mostly believing it, but yeah, she did come off as not being 100%. Because I think when Tom first called it out, she was just like, oh, they're just being nice, but something about her did seem a little uneasy.
Yeah.
So I guess Terry was driving around, and this is all just done in conversation. They don't show any of it, but yeah, Terry's driving around, sees some guy with a broken down car, and here it's Tom. So when they come into town, they let you know, like, is this your husband? And she's just
Nope,
like,
just a
nice,
hitchhiker.
yeah, hitchhiker I picked up. And then you got the one guy's like, you want me to take care of him for you, ma'am? She's like, no, 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 it's cool.
I know, right? Oh, and then the second car comes in, like, and they're treated like fucking rock stars, man. It's like,
Yeah.
they're all like fucking celebrating and fucking, oh my God, it's yeah. I listen. If I drove into that situation, if I'm driving into the town and that shit happened, like, I'm like, yeah, get me the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah, this is up there with Anna. Like they should have just hit the gas and got the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, the second they all surround your car, cheering and all, you're a guest of mine. Yeah, goodbye. Let me get the fuck out of here. And there's rules, right? There's rules to it. They need six. They need six tourists, right, to come in and to do their little celebration. So they got to have six of them.
Which is very convenient that they managed to get a car of two and a car of four.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so they start over, they put them up and everything, and right, and the first little event that we go into is the fucking barbecue, right? But before the barbecue, we have one of the girls, I guess, goes with, I guess some of them are taking a liking to one another, and they're using that, right? They're using that, like, like this one dude is married, but he's got his eye on this one girl from the town, right? So they use that girl to kind of persuade him to come out and everything. So, they're trying to get them to be part of their little fucking event. So anyway, the dude takes the one girl and he takes out a blade. Right?
Now, all right, so that was another one that ah.
I'm like, what
So,
the
so,
fuck?
so you got them. They're the Millers, um, and they get settled in their room, and she's already giving them shit like, "Oh, you're eyeing up that girl, aren't you?"
Yeah,
And so they get a phone call, and it's this woman from town, and she's like, "Hey, let's hang out." He's like, "Okay." He gets off the phone and she's like, "Who was that?" He's like, "Oh, that was the mayor. He wanted to talk to me about plans and all." And she goes, "I bet you it was that woman." And I don't know why they're the Northerners and I'm giving them the Southern accent because that's just my default voice. Um, so she's giving him shit like, "Oh, you're going out whoring. You're gonna go bang that bitch." Giving him all this shit. So he's just like, "No, I swear it's the mayor." And he takes off. And then 5 minutes later, fucking Harper calls and be like, "Hey, babe, you want to go out on the town?" She's like, "Okay."
yeah. Neither of them should be fucking married
Yeah.
because obviously they don't want to be married. They're
It was
easily persuaded to cheat.
they are so
I
it's
mean, he
it's
comes downstairs. He's feeling up that girl the second, like she's on the staircase talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, maybe we go down to Lovers Lane." I'm like, "Dude, your wife is literally fucking 5 feet from you. What
she's
are you
probably
doing?"
got her head out the fucking door looking at down the stairs and he's just like, "Hey, babe, honk honk."
Oh shit. So anyway, they get lured, right? He goes that way, and the other girl goes with the other dude. Was that the same dude that was that Hopper? I don't know if that was Hopper,
Harper.
the dude that fucking tied his pants with a fucking rope.
Yeah. Yeah, so Harper takes B out for I don't know. Uh, they show him walking out in the field and something about it like you picture like yeah when a man and a woman go out for a nice nature walk there's just this fluidity to it and it's
Yeah.
just like they're
There's nice flowers and the ambiance, right? He's
yeah
trudging her through fucking like
like
fucking weeds and shit.
they're trying to maintain balance on this slightly rugged patch
Oh
and
jeez.
I I found it fucking hilarious so
Yeah, and this movie is kind of a comedy if when you get down to it, right? It's a horror
yeah
comedy. It's got funny moments. So anyway,
comedy in the sense of they're not cracking jokes but how ridiculous
the idiocy
everybody
of it.
plays it. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. The idiocy of it makes it comical. So now he takes out this fucking blade and like, yeah, because that's the first thing you do whenever you're on a little date, right? You're taking a girl, hey, let me show you my fucking blade because that'll get
Yeah,
her
didn't she
excited.
even ask like, "Oh, what do you do for fun?"
I take out
Something,
my blade.
something along those lines. And he's like, "Here, check out how sharp this is."
This is what I do for fun. Look at this blade. And it's a little piece of shit like fucking knife and everything. And so he proceeds to take her thumb and like, let's see how sharp it is. And he starts cutting her fucking thumb.
Yeah,
And she's like, what the fuck? She's like freaking out and everything. And he's
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, she went like full like bougie because
yeah,
she's getting ready to fucking bang this guy, cheating on her husband.
yeah,
And it immediately went to she goes to feel the blade. He cuts her thumb like that, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm bleeding everywhere. It's on my dress. How dare you do
yeah,
this to me?
yeah. How could you cut me? That's
You're
not a
about to
nice
suck
thing to
his dick.
do.
I don't want to hear about it."
So, and then he goes a step further where he's like, oh, well, let me see if I can fix, and ends up cutting her fucking thumb off. It drops in the grass, and now it's like, he's all excited about it, and she's freaking out. And then he takes her back, and I guess the mayor is looking at it, and she's crying. The mayor's like, oh, yeah, I'm a doctor too. Let me take a look at that, right? So
And
they
I
take,
feel like this is like the most iconic scene of the movie.
it is,
If
it
if
is.
you've seen any
Yeah.
screenshots of the movie, it's this scene.
Yeah, yeah. So now they have her and and they with Rufus and Lester is there of course because they're the fucking event coordinators so they got to be part of everything. And they lay her down and then Rufus takes the fucking axe, right? And then he just chops off her arm, right?
That was a lot
And
sharper than it looked.
yeah, yeah, that axe looked fucking dull and one shot like that was and again, you got that bright Herschell Gordon Lewis, right? All his movies you had that bright fucking red.
Hmm.
Um blood
And
and
thick. It
and
was kind of
thick.
thick.
Yeah, yeah. So now we go to the barbecue, and you know, there's the first. Her arm is now on, on the rotisserie there, on the
And
spit.
that was the other thing too. When Harper calls her, or no, I think it's when she first came down. So it's her, yeah, with fucking Lester and Roofy or Roof as they called him.
Roofie.
Um,
I don't think roofies existed back then.
that one did. Um, But they go down and she's just like, "Oh, where are we going?" He's just like, "Oh, we're just hanging out." And she's like, "All right, well, just I don't want to miss the barbecue." And again, the ridiculousness of that. She's like, "Yeah, I don't want to miss the barbecue." And then they're all laughing hysterically. They're like, "Oh, we ain't having the barbecue without you."
Yeah. You're a main part of this barbecue,
Like you
says
were
Porky's.
like it was just missing the musical stinger of
Oh
bum bum
shit.
bum.
Oh, and the music is fucking horrid in this fucking. Oh my God. Oh yeah. A lot of this music was like, you remember when back when we were in school, like back in the day, we had the fucking flutophones. Remember that we all kept
Yeah.
them in our fucking little sock. That was the covering for it. Just put in a fucking sock, take it to school, and you got your little music class. I swear to God, this fucking score was played by someone with a flutophone. A flutophone and a fucking banjo. Oh my God. So
Uh,
so yeah, you have the barbecue, right? And everybody's at the barbecue and they're cooking her up and everything. And
but
now the
it's not obvious.
no,
Like
no, it didn't
watching
even
the
look like
movie,
an
you
arm.
know it, but in universe, they're just kind of looking like, oh, what do you got there on the rotisserie? And
Oh no, that's Boston Market. That's just some chicken. Don't worry about because it didn't look like an arm when you look at it. Like
yeah,
I'm trying to
actually, it
like,
was kind of overdone.
yeah, yeah. Look,
It was a little charred, little
it
charred.
was char like it was in the flames. The flames were fucking licking that fucking shit. It was like, yeah, there's like, you go to bite that arm, it's ash.
Yeah,
It just breaks up. So now the teacher, because the teacher is, Tom, he's onto this shit. He knows like what something's fucking wrong
he
here.
knows something's off. Yeah,
And then he finds that sign, right? And that sign basically,
yeah. So he
tells
takes
him.
Terry out. And were they actually specifically looking for something, or they just decide to get the fuck out of
I
Dodge?
think they just got the fuck out. They were just kind of snooping around, right? Trying to figure out what the fuck was going on and where they were. And
If there was any question as to the motivation of the townsfolk, yeah, they come upon this sign again out in the middle of the field, like no
no rhyme or
whatever.
reason.
But it says in April of 1865, a group of renegade Union soldiers laid waste to the village of Pleasant Valley and killed and mutilated many of its citizens. This marker is a memorial to the gallant citizens who gave their lives and a testament to the vengeance pledged in their memory. Bum, bum,
Bum
bum.
bum bum. And that's exactly what the sign said, right? So you were reading exactly from.
And I like how Terry was like, oh my God, what does that mean? He's just like, it means they're out for revenge.
Yeah, we're all gonna
Uh,
fucking die. Yeah,
duh.
he pieced it together pretty quick. He's like, yeah, we're all gonna get killed. That's what it means. So
Yeah.
now they know exactly. And that sign plays, comes back later in the movie at the end of the movie, right?
Yes, yes, it does.
But so now again, they know what's up. They're the only ones. The other ones are fucking oblivious. They're all fucking idiots. Have no clue that nothing seems weird. That you're like treated as rock stars, and who the fuck are these people? Uh, so now we get to the horse race part of the centennial
Oh
of
yeah.
the
So
celebration, right?
hell, now did they was my man drugged or
He
did
was
they get him?
drunk. The girl was
Okay,
getting
was
him drunk. Yeah, I guess
okay,
he was. Yeah, he was drinking with that girl that
or
he
was he roofied?
He could have been roofied by Rufus. Who knows? But yeah, that girl was coming on to him
Yeah,
big
we're gonna
time, and he was falling for it all. And
we're off to the horse race. Well, I don't know how to ride a horse. No, that's okay.
you don't need to know how to ride a horse. So what they do, and again, what the one thing, because when we get to the like this movie, really, I understand, the importance of it, and from Herschell Gordon Lewis, but it didn't age well.
Yeah.
Didn't age too well for
And
me.
again, this is 1964.
Exactly, exactly. Um, so now they again, you get to the you had the barbecue scene, right? That's the one event. They got all different events. Now you got the horse race, and it's not a horse race. Basically, what they're going to do to this guy is they're going to tie his arms, they're going to tie his legs to four different fucking horses, right? And they're going to have the horses just run in opposite directions.
Wait, was was Tom in on this? Being the hitcher?
Oh, oh. You just took us to the fucking multiverse, baby. Yeah, that's right. And then Rucker Hauer comes out of the bushes.
He's like, "That's my job."
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the dude is replaced by Jennifer Jason Leigh, and you have a car there, and here we go. So anyway, the horses run in multiple directions, and obviously, dude gets torn apart. You see his, they don't show a ton here, right? But they show the leg dragging, right?
Yeah,
And they do a close up of it, and
they show
everybody's
the
fucking cheering.
horses. Yeah, they show the horses walking or running away, and then
Yeah.
five
How
minutes
dare you
later,
use me?
yeah, and it felt like 5 minutes later, then you just see the limbs in the dark being dragged away.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, if you're not going to have the greatest effects, yeah, keep it dark.
Keep it dark. Keep it dark. So, and then everybody's cheering, right? This is what I didn't understand. Like everybody's cheering at first, right? They're all excited, and then
And
they
then they
all get
get
like glum.
nervous.
Yeah, they all like they're all sad. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like one minute you're cheering, and now you're all fucking sad. Like
It,
what the fuck happened here?
and isn't
You
that when
guys,
Buckman came in? Like, you got to remember, this is a centennial. They're
yeah,
doing this. This is an event for the
yeah.
centennial.
Don't
It's all
have
about the
feelings.
centennial. Yeah.
You're all a bunch of fucking ghosts.
Uh,
Oh man, yeah, that was weird, but
yeah. I don't
like they
understand that
regretted
part of
what
it.
they did. I'm like, yeah, you bunch of fucking idiots. This is what you guys do. This is you're taking revenge.
But it's for those who know, because Captain America was always known for his motivational speeches, and in this case, it was Mayor Buckman. So he knew that when morale is down, you play some Dixieland,
Oh
and
Jesus.
everybody's back on board.
Yeah, right. It's
He
bring
whips
out the
the band.
banjo again. Get
Yep, yep,
everybody fucking, you know, all geeked up again. Yeah,
yeah,
that fucking music. Oh my God,
yeah.
it's horrible.
Suddenly, everybody's all in. Just
Oh
takes a little
jeez.
Dixie to get them
That's
motivated.
that's it, man. I guess. So now you flash to the fucking kids, right? The kids got the body parts in the fucking bag and they're dumping it into the river.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? So let's get it. I mean, why didn't they just have another fucking barbecue? Just do another barbecue. I mean, you got
It
all these body parts, right? I mean,
yeah.
why go to waste?
I guess part of the ritual
Could only have
is
one barbecue, right?
yeah. You're only allowed one barbecue, which because yeah, I'm piecing this all together right now. That yeah, you would think the whole party would culminate with the barbecue. All these events coming up to the big cookout.
Exactly.
So yeah, you know what? Fuck this movie. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, this movie makes no fucking sense.
You, you
No,
don't
like
you don't start this whole party with the banquet. You end it with that shit.
exactly, right? I mean, you just don't want the girl's fucking arm. You want the guy's fucking leg from the horse. We're gonna get to the barrel soon, which is another iconic. But yeah, it's a little bit backwards. But anyway, the kids take the body parts, they dump it, and now this is the scene that I remember when again, when I'm growing up, when I'm going to the mom and pop video stores, when I'm renting movies, and I probably rented this one, right? This is the scene that I remember from this movie. It's the barrel roll scene, which is a iconic way to kill someone when you think of it, right? So they get the dude
Old
up
school
there.
blender.
Exactly, right? They get the dude up there, and at first he's like, he's like, yeah, we're gonna put you in this barrel. And
And
it's like,
roll you
I
down
don't
the
want to be in
hill.
this. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be in this barrel because, like, my knee, my knee is fucking sore. I got a bad knee. They're like, oh,
Well, actually,
don't
it
worry.
sounded like he was kind of on board, and they were like, "All right, now you have to crawl into it," and that's when it became an.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
how else are you going to get in there without crawling in the fucking?
Yeah, what are you on board for? I mean, you
And
got a
again,
barrel
the
that's open on both ends.
like the fucking worst part, as far as everybody's judgment, there's so much vagary throughout this whole thing. Again, Tom's the only one that had any
Yeah,
suspicion
he.
because they're like, "You're guest of honor for the centennial," and and it's just like, all right, well, what does that mean? Well, you're the guest of honor, and the same thing with this. It's like, oh well, but yeah, you got to crawl in there. Well, my
Yeah.
knee's kind of fucked up, and it was just like, yeah, but this is an event for the centennial.
Yeah. Oh
Like
well, if
you have
that.
to. Oh well, yeah.
Well, of course, right? If that's what it is, then by all means, let me oblige. Listen. There's one smart individual in this whole fucking movie, and it's Tom, the teacher. Everybody else, I'm convinced, is just fucking bunch of idiots. So anyway, this dude gets in the barrel. For
Mhm.
whatever reason, instead of taking off, he gets in the fucking barrel and he obliges. And now they hold his hands, they hold his legs, and now they start nailing these long ass fucking nails into the barrel, right? And now the guy's got to know that, yeah, you fucked up, man. You had your opportunity. yeah, your
Well,
stupidity.
we're gonna put that knee pain in the perspective.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna add to that knee pain, and they roll the motherfucker down the hill in the
Hmm.
barrel. This is a great scene, right? I mean, it's at first you see it, it's like, oh yeah, look at that fucking mannequin that's in there. when, when they first started rolling, like, can it look any faker? And then it gets a little bit better, and he hits down at the bottom, the barrel breaks a little bit, and you just see him, and he's just punctured everywhere. There's that bright blood red again on display, and yeah, and another fucking idiot gone because gullible.
Because he has no desire to get details.
Exactly.
It's kind of like social media ahead of its time because, oh, well, wait, you're going to make me feel special? All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Zero
Exactly.
critical thinking in this movie.
Oh yeah, there is absolutely none of it, which is sad. But and then the funeral music kicks in, right? You got got that little funeral music playing when they're showing him in the barrel, and every motherfucker has a fucking banjo
Yeah.
in this town as well.
Yeah, everybody's cheering again. Everyone's on board.
Yeah.
But it also seems like the town's like kind of split up too. Almost as if it's like different groups. Like, okay, so you had what, four events in this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
500 people go to this event, 500 go to this event.
Yeah. We divide and conquer.
Yeah, like, because I think later on, well, I guess when we get to the next event, then you got the people, oh man, you should have seen the barrel roll. That was great. You should have been there. And
Yep. Yep.
or it's kind of like different excursions of this whole ordeal.
And now you got Tom and Terry. They're on to the townsfolk, right? They know what's happening. They're trying to escape. And this is where you really have that flutophone music that's just fucking, in all its glory that's playing. And this is where Barb walked into the room and watching it. She's like, the fuck is that music? She's like, what are you fucking watching? I'm like, never mind.
It's for the show. It's for the
For the
podcast.
show. I'm doing research. Oh man. And so now you get Hopper. This is where he they hit that quicksand, right, as they're running,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
So yeah, Harper goes to. Yeah, I guess he knew that they. Yeah, he knew that they knew that he knew.
Norton.
So yeah, going through the field, and there's this large puddle. But when they fall into it, it's this is quicksand. There was barely any fucking sand in there.
Yeah, no, there
That
was no
was
say. It was
that was
water.
just a deep puddle.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least make it a little thicker. Because I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, he's in quicksand, and I'm like, no, he's in fucking dirty water.
Yeah.
But okay, shouldn't be that hard to get out. But
I'm, with everything up to this point. All right, I'll suspend disbelief for
oh
this one.
yeah, exactly. Nothing surprises me in this fucking movie. So anyway, the quicksand eliminates him, right? So Hopper's, again, we'll get back to that later on in the movie.
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
gone.
gone.
He
He's
goes
gone
down.
for the time. And then they keep going, and Terry, like, they stop in the river, and she stops to wash her fucking leg. And he's sitting there, and I'm like,
She
oh,
got quicksand on it.
yeah. I'm like, okay, so you know that people are dying, you're trying to escape, but yeah, no, by all means, stop in the river and wash, like, 5 inches of your fucking thigh. Go ahead, take your time. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, so you got a little dirt on you. You're trying to survive. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but
You don't
did you
need to
see that
stop and
pretty
wash your
white
leg.
dress? I mean, you gotta,
That's true.
if you're
That's
gonna
true.
play hero, you gotta look a little good.
I was almost like, and then as she was wiping her leg, all of a sudden you see this big fucking alligator come, and Betty White is at this corner of the river, and she's dropping little fucking pieces of meat, and now we're in Lake Placid.
And then she's like, well, what are you doing washing your leg? And she's
The
like, well,
multiverse.
I have to do it for the next event. And then she's just like, you know what? If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, now we get to the next event, and this is the final event,
Was it
'cause
teetering rock?
this is the teetering rock. It's a paper mache rock, so they made it out of paper mache. So it's let's not give the secrets away. Because that's a big fucking rock. And I'm still trying to figure out how that little piece of wood up there was holding that fucking, how they even got that motherfucker up there, right?
Well, I mean,
But
the pyramids happened, so
that's true.
I
That's
guess
true.
I guess aliens had a hand in this.
Yeah, the alien's like, hey, we'll help you with your celebration. We'll build this shit for you. Oh, you need that rock to suspend, 20 feet in the air? I got you. I got you. We're just gonna, go to sleep. In the morning, it'll magically fucking appear.
No, 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 no. But You ever see a dunk tank? We want that kind of rig for this
Yeah,
rock,
exactly.
just in case.
Yeah, and my God, the fucking bad fucking throws from those. So anyway, we'll get to that. Um, so now they got the girl right, and again, they're persuading her to be part of the event, and she's like, no, no, and then obviously it almost looks like she's giving into it. Like, what do you want? Why do you want me to lay there? And then it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah,
What?
like initially she's
I mean,
just like, okay, okay, because yeah, she was. They
like
kept calling her the judge,
the judge.
but
Yeah,
she was just observing. There was nothing to judge.
exactly.
If they didn't hit the bullseye, they missed. There's
Yeah.
no judgment in that. It's like, oh, that was
And
an
she had a
eight.
script too. She had something she had to say every time they missed a bullseye. Like, oh, the rock is still up there. It's not
Yeah.
on my fucking face.
Yeah. But she seemed like she was on board. Now they're standing like directly underneath it. Um, and then they were saying like, well, I mean, obviously you're not going to watch from here. You're going to watch 6 inches over here on this platform
Yeah,
directly underneath the rock.
exactly.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, that doesn't seem safe.
Is it? Is it?
So
So any
eventually, yeah, they got to tie her down to it
yeah,
because she's being a little princess about the whole thing.
yeah. Come on, be part of the ceremony. What are you doing? So anyway, she gets tied down, right? And now you get the parade of fucking, townsfolk, and they're all taking a hand to try to hit that fucking target. With one's using a softball, one's throwing a rock, and they're stepping up. And some poor, none of them ever played ball before in their fucking lives because those were
Um,
some poor fucking throws. And then
well, it was to build suspense, build
Of
tension.
course, I
Yeah.
knew I was sitting there fucking chewing my nails.
Yeah. Is it going to
I was
fall?
so
Is it going to
tense.
fall? I think she
Let's
might.
go.
Yeah, you know what? Based on the throwing skills of this town, she might make it through this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? But anyway, she doesn't because it's a movie and it has to happen. And someone hits the target and the fucking rock just falls. And then you see the aftermath. It falls on her, on her stomach. So,
A rock that size should have pureed her.
oh
Full
yeah,
on Gallagher sledge-o-matic.
exactly. Yeah,
And no, it just, I mean, she obviously she died, but it just crushed like her pelvis and her legs.
yeah, that's it. That's it. A little blood up on her face and everywhere. Yeah, no, I mean, if you make that today, right, that rock comes down and it literally just pulverizes the middle of her to where both ends just fucking slide off the table.
Art the Clown was rolling in his grave, and he wasn't even born yet.
Exactly, right? He's like, I could do that fucking shit much better. What are you doing? So anyway, it crushes her, right? And she's gone. And that's the last event, right? So the rest of the movie now is really like a little chase with, Tom and Terry, the school teacher, who's
But
trying
they,
to get to Atlanta to get to a teachers convention, which he called someone to, to make them aware. Or did he call or did he not? That phone
oh
call never
yeah,
go through.
early on, it might even been. I forget if it was before or after they found the sign, but yeah, because of course they're like, oh well, we want to make a call out, and oh well, hotel rules, you're not allowed to make long distance
And
calls.
those fucking phones, dude. What the
Ring,
fuck?
ring.
They were
Uh,
like pure white. Like you couldn't even see them on the wall. They were just fucking camouflaged there. And there's no numbers. It's just like a white box with a
but
fucking cord.
But yeah, they managed to take. I don't even know how far they were supposed to go, but they just found a phone booth in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They call the hotel where the convention is, but well, the convention is not till tomorrow, so none of the attendees, none of the organizers, like no, 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 that's all tomorrow. So nobody's around for this. Yeah,
Yeah. There's no pre-planning anything. They just show up and we're in convention mode, teachers convention mode.
yeah. Snap your fingers and they all materialize. All
Yeah.
right, let's go.
Now Tom and Terry, they're trying to get out of here, right? They
Yeah,
they they
they
figure
find
everybody
Billy.
else is dead, right? And they find little fucking Billy, and this kid is just fucking. Oh my God, I want to throw this kid. I want to throw him
He's
far.
aggressive, but he is a businessman. He
He's
negotiated.
negotiating well, man. He's like,
Yeah,
they're trying to lure him because they get to the garage, right, and they find their car, right? But the
yeah.
keys are in the front office, so they're luring this kid with fucking candy.
Hey, little boy, you
Hey,
like
little
candy?
boy, we got a trunk full of candy. And all this kid really wants to do is like, yeah, the candy's great. I want to drive this fucking car, though. I want to drive it fucking fast. And so now they're negotiating back and forth, and they're just trying because you could hear the mob
Yeah.
coming already, right, to the garage. So you could hear them.
Harumph,
So
harumph, harumph.
so now they're just trying to coerce this kid to fucking get the keys, And they do, right? The kid definitely goes to get the keys, but he doesn't want to give him the keys yet because he wants to fucking drive. And they're
I'm
like, just get in the fucking car. Just give me the keys, get in the car. We're gonna take you out to the highway. You can drive 70 miles an hour on the highway. Right? So that's a little bit better. The kid's like, oh, okay. Ah. So now they got Billy in the car and they get away, right? And they're driving and eventually they stop and they kick Billy's ass to the curb. Get the fuck out. We've been lying to you the entire time.
I again, the connection just happened. I'm just picturing Billy now. I want to see the crossover with him and the paper boy from Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
my $2.
I
I
want my
want my
tuna.
candy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Get the skis for your bike.
So now you know as you know they drive off, you get the banjo deliverance fucking music that comes back, right? So because it's everywhere. And they get away, right? And they end up going to the sheriff, right? They get out of town and they end up going to the police station, and the sheriff is immediately looking at him like, "Are you fucking nuts? You know, I'm gonna give you a breathalyzer test because you two were fucking drunk."
And I'm really torn on how I feel about the sheriff because finally you get a movie, finally, but it's like 10, 20 years before the trope began. But they go and say that they explain what's going on, and the sheriff doesn't believe him, but yet he still follows through, like, I'll humor you and I'll come investigate.
Yeah,
Which you fast forward 70s, 80s, and beyond, they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to throw you in a cell because you're obviously fucked up.
yeah.
At least this cop, even though he was skeptical, agreed to go check it out.
And you know why he did because later on you learn, right, that
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, I've heard, there is legends, there are stories, right?
Yes, yes.
So anyway, I guess they don't show him taking a breathalyzer, but I guess they do, and they're not fucking drunk. So they eventually get the sheriff to come with them, right? Hey, it's 20 miles from here, right? You got to see what the fuck is going on here. And when they're driving over there, the road is gone, right? Everything is
Yeah.
gone. Like it's like it never fucking existed. The road they just came back for, it's all covered in weeds now, and you
And
know, and
but
they
but they find under the weeds some tire
tire
tracks,
tracks, right?
which of course was their tire tracks.
Yeah,
They were like,
exactly.
"We made that mark."
And that's when the sheriff is like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, it's time. And that's when he said, hey, we do know of a story, right? That happened here, and he tells the whole
Legend
situation
of
of,
Large Marge.
yeah, the legend of Large. Tell him
There
Large
was
Marge sent you
there
to
was a
Pleasant
town
Valley.
just like this one. In
Yeah.
fact, it's the centennial of.
So as he's telling the story and as you're panning over there, right? You see the sign, right? That reads what you read earlier, Dave, and then that sign disappears, right? Because again, this is a town that just fucking every 100 years just manifests, right? And it manifests for revenge. So all the townsfolk that got killed in this town, they're gonna take revenge on six tourists from the north, and now you get back to they're in their car again with the and they're like, what the fuck, they're gonna go to Atlanta now to teachers convention, and obviously they probably fall in love and they're together and all that, and they find a noose, that's
Oh
still in
yeah,
the
that
that's
Billy's little play news.
yeah, that's still in the car, right? So
So of course you got to have memorabilia from you know, you walk away. You walk away from such a glorious event. You got to take a souvenir with you.
yeah, so
And
it's like that
but I
tells you
love how
that.
they flash
So
back to fucking Billy talking to the townsfolk, and everything short of those fuckers never gave me my candy.
yeah. I didn't get my candy, nor did I get my chance to fucking drive 70 miles an hour on the highway. Fucking liars. I'm never helping you again. Find your own fucking keys.
I got nothing. I lost.
Yeah. You you
I
stole fizzy lifting drinks, Billy. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized. You get nothing. Good day, sir. I said good day. Oh,
oh
fucking Billy.
fuck. But I
So
love
so
how they just made a point of like,
yeah.
yeah, he was pissed. I was promised candy.
Oh yeah, he was angry, angry little fucker. Um, so now again, it goes back to, you go back to Rufus and you go back to Lester and they're all sitting there. Oh, they escaped. But it is what it is.
4 out of 6 ain't bad.
Yeah, we'll, we got to, the deadline's coming. It's almost midnight. We got to get back to our fucking,
Yeah.
or sleep, for the next fucking 100 years, and then you see Hopper come out like, Hopper, let's go. The fucking dude just rises out of the we're not gonna call it quicksand, we're gonna call it dirty water, but he rises up and he just fucking walks with them, and then they just, you follow them and they just kind of disappear because they were ghosts, right?
Yeah,
And then you get the banjo fucking music playing, and
of
it's
course.
2000 Maniacs, 1965's 2000 Maniacs by Herschell Gordon Lewis. So now I take it, the next celebration is 2065. So it's coming up, right? In another 40 years,
Yeah. So
right?
hopefully we'll get the long-awaited sequel.
Yeah, yeah. We just, I'll be I'll be 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be long fucking dead.
Yeah, I'll be 92. I hope I hang around to fucking stream that movie.
But I'll be in hell setting the projector up to
Yeah. Right.
to
Shit.
watch my screener of it.
Oh man. So yeah, 2000 Maniacs again remade, right, in 2005 with Robert Englund and Lynn Shay, called 2001 Maniacs. Same premise though. You want to rate this bad boy? Now this is part one, right? This is part one of our trilogy,
Yeah,
the
this
Blood
is
Splatter trilogy. So we're doing three Herschel Gordon Lewis movies,
films, as my grandmother would say.
films
We're gonna watch three films from the Acme.
from the Acme. The Splatter trilogy. We did the Gates of Hell trilogy. Now we're on to the Splatter trilogy with blood bright fucking red in all his movies. You'll see that's the one theme, man. He really knew how to paint the fucking screen with bright red.
Hmm.
So this is part one. We'll do two additional episodes, but 2000 Maniacs, Dave, what you got?
I think I'm gonna keep it. Nah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 4.5.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's I I mean I enjoy it for its ridiculousness, but
Yeah.
I felt like with this one it was like they could have probably to me this movie the mentioning how this is the centennial, this was the 60s version of Evil Dies Tonight. It's like every other fucking line. They could have trimmed 15 minutes out of this movie if they just cut the centennial references in half.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
And other than like, I don't know. I just feel like if they could have gone a little quicker getting to the different events and all, but they just had to throw in like 5 minutes of, well, this is the centennial. Well,
Yeah.
this is all about the centennial, and you guys are the guests of honor, so you got to do this for the centennial. It's like, all right, I get it. Go on to the next kill.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that bothered me about this movie, but yeah. Listen, Dave, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. That's exactly where I was at. I'm going to do a 4.5 as well, 4.5. Like I said, I didn't, the movie didn't age too well. I haven't seen this movie in 30 years, easily 30 plus years.
It's got to
Um,
be a solid 20 for me.
Yeah, yeah, and again, maybe I remembered it that it was gorier than it was, because you think of, I mean, Herschel Gordon Lewis, he's the Godfather of Gore, right? That was the label that was given to him, right? With his movies back in the day, and I just thought that there could have been a little bit more, I thought it was gorier than it was, and I remembered it was,
Yeah.
but
I think we could, again, this is just going from memory because it's been a while. Although the other two are going to be closer to like 10 years since I've seen them. But I do believe they leaned into the gore more with those.
yeah, yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And I haven't, again, same rules apply for the other two movies. It's been 30 plus years since I've seen them. So I'm going into these three here, this trilogy, just
Pretty much
completely.
a first watch.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So again, it didn't age too well. I mean, it was more comedy. You know, the idiocy of the people and just how they don't catch on. I mean, when you talk about horror tropes where people do some fucking dumb things, right? This set the standard for it. It's like people,
And
yeah,
again, Anna was
what are you
inspired
doing?
by these people. I
Well,
honestly thought, I really thought you were going to go higher on this one. Because if you take this movie at its core, it's people killing Yankees. So I thought you would have had a little
oh, so
more.
as a Mets fan, because I despise the fucking Yankees baseball team. That's true, right? It's from a sports theme, all Mets fans. I'm a diehard Mets fan. We all despise the Yankees, of course. So, but yeah, thing. That's sports. That's the sports world. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't, it was all right. It was, again, it's a cult classic, right? The most hardened horror fans that grew up, the Gen Xers, right? That grew up, and you remember the big box in the video store of this movie, right? To rent
Yep.
and everything. So it got, there was a little nostalgia for me in watching it again, but yeah, it really didn't do anything for me. The one thing I'll give it is I liked the inventive kills, right? So for the celebration, right? You got the paper mache rock, you got the barrel, you got the horse. So I'll give them kudos for thinking up some fucking kills instead of just fucking chopping people up and shit. So
Yeah.
so those events, the three, I mean the barbecue was the fucking barbecue, but the other three events were pretty cool.
Yeah.
So a cool way to kind of, present an inventive kill. But that's kind of where I stopped. The music, the fucking banjos, the flutophones, the fucking everything
Yeah.
else about it. It's just like, yeah. When is this runtime over?
Yeah. I think if this was closer to the August Underground runtime,
Yeah.
it would have worked better.
Oh man. But again, it is a cult classic. Like I said, a lot of people, old school horror, they know of this movie. They've seen this movie, and Herschell Gordon Lewis. Look, he was a name. He was a director that. Back in the late '60s, early '70s, he was doing his thing, man, and this kind of ushered in that gore, right? That real
Yeah.
like this set the landscape for what was to come,
I'm
from.
wondering how much of an influence he had on like Giallo.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did,
Because I
man.
mean, the blood is just like
Oh yeah, Dario
another
Argento.
notch, away from
Yeah,
what he was doing.
you look at Suspiria, you look at a lot of those movies, Argento, right? You had that bright, like his movies, Argento's movies was just like bathed in that fucking color,
Yes.
right? Just like
And
that. It's
that was
known for
like
that
part of
color.
the appeal of pretty much all the Giallo movies was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
color palette of these.
exactly. Which I loved. Which I loved. So
So you're saying
HDL does it here with the blood, So
so you're saying if he had Goblin doing his music, you would have probably taken it up a few points.
yeah, maybe. But no, 4.5 for me. Like I said, it's didn't
And
really age well.
and I think I would have gone Joe level ratings for this if it weren't for I'm trying to remember again, this is the 60s.
Yeah.
Like if this was something that was made in the 70s, 80s, yeah, this would have been like a point 8.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, this would
But
have been a
keeping in
three
mind
point.
that this is something he put together in the 60s, like
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Like
And
you
the
could,
influence it'll have,
yes.
it would come to have on the horror genre, right? The fact that Herschel Gordon Lewis was a cult favorite, director, his name and everything, and he was the Godfather of Gore, and so for all those reasons, and the three kills, which were kind of
Yeah.
inventive. If it wasn't for that, this movie's probably a fucking three.
Yeah, because before this movie came out, what did people have? A shower scene?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, Psycho came before. Did Psycho
Yeah, it was 60.
60? Okay, yeah. So Psycho was 5 years before this, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
this was but yeah, so that's 2000 Maniacs, man. Well
Yes, yes, it is.
yes it is. Yes it is.
That happened.
It
We
did
watched
happen.
it again.
It happened. It happened on a Saturday morning.
What did you do?
Coffee and 2000 Maniacs. Oh shit.
And not the nitpick. I know we're splitting hairs there, but throughout that movie, I failed to see. I could barely find 100 people in this town, much less 2,000. So maybe a lot of them
That's
were on
true.
vacation.
That's true. Yeah, no, I think they were just like in their homes. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm not coming out for this shit. Just, what do we got? 2 days of this shit? Yeah, I'll just hang in the house, maybe watch some television, and then go back
Maybe
to
I'll
my
come at the
fucking.
end for the barbecue. Oh, fuck. They rearranged the schedule.
Yeah, yeah, I'll just stay and wait for my slumber to begin again. Why have you awakened us from our ancient slumber? You will die!
Well, once again, thank you all for listening and watching. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that other generic shit that if you're consuming this, you should know the routine.
Yeah, exactly. Always appreciate our listeners taking the time out of your busy schedules to check our show out. We appreciate you. So, on that note, be well, be safe, stay creepy, everyone. That's your toodles, Dave. Toodles.
Broadcast completed.
In the
listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. Be sure to come on down to excellentdayforapodcast.com where you'll find our entire catalog. And for your convenience, every episode contains a link where you can text the nerds. Want to throw some praise? Some critique? Perhaps you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see us tackle. But while you think about that, you could also check out the connections to all of our socials, including our YouTube channel. Give all them a visit. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. And for those feeling a little extra generous, there's also a button where you can support the show in other ways. Every bit of support helps. Well, that's it for this episode. And remember, stay creepy and keep talking some damn hard.